Have you ever wondered how many people do you need to personally recruit for you to get to the top? Sometimes you'll see there'll be people and they personally sponsor like 15 people, right? And they go to the very top of the company, they have thousands of people in the team, and you're like, huh? And then you see these other people that sponsor like 100 or 200 people, and what's the difference? Why does one only sponsor a handful and the other sponsors hundreds? Do you wonder about that? Is that one of those things that make you go, we're gonna talk about it. So there's a couple of different factors that are gonna go into play, okay? One of them is how many people are you sponsoring and in what period of time, okay? If you personally sponsor, let's say 30 to 40 people within a 12 to 24 month period of time, odds are very, very high you will go to the top of your company. Now, there's a couple of factors that are gonna go into play. One is, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is someone that is, we'll just say they have a pulse, but they're not like a superstar leader. They maybe don't have a lot of connections. Maybe they don't have a lot of motivation. Maybe they're sleeping on mom or dad's couch, all right? And 10 is the most successful, most influential business person that you know. Here's what happens a lot of times. People get started, we'll just say for example's sake, we'll say that we are all somewhere in the middle. Let's say we're a 5 or a 6 or something like that. Sometimes what happens is that when we get going, what's easier to do? Talk to people that are a little intimidating, a little more successful, a little bit more, maybe they've done things that we really look up to them, we really respect them for. They're people that are at our skill level, our ambition level, and above. Easier to talk to them, or is it easier to start swimming down here and talking to people that are the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s? What's easier? The intimidating or the non-intimidating? What is easier is, of course, talking to people that are not intimidating, right? And so here's what happens. We have 2 parts. We have quality and we have quantity. And what you got to recognize is, why can someone bring, let's say 10 frontline leaders and another person personally sponsor, 100 frontline leaders, and yet they still end up with the same results? The difference, my friend, is the quality of the person they are bringing into the business. If you bring quality, if you bring people that already have leadership skills, they may already have business skills, they may already have people skills, perhaps they built a network before. If you bring quality, if you start swimming up here, if you bring those 5s and above, they will bring quantity. And they will also have the ability to lead a team and to grow an organization. So here's what we found. If you really want to get to the finish line, the simple number is bring in 30 to 40 people within 12 to 24 months. If you follow that equation and you do 2 parts, number 1, you're bringing in quality, right? You're bringing in the people that are the 5s and above. You're bringing in the influencers. You're bringing in the people that maybe make you a little bit nervous to talk to, okay? You're bringing in those type of people, and we make sure that we launch them properly. Launching them is the second part of the equation. Here's what sometimes happens. When you have somebody that brings in 10, number 1, I know this isn't 10, but we're not going to draw out all 10X's, okay? So you have somebody that brings in 10. Number 1, they're bringing in quality people to the table. They're bringing in people that have some value already in the marketplace. That's the first thing. Second thing, they are personally launching these people. What does that look like exactly? Well, there are people who they do kind of drive-by sponsorings, right? Like they share it with them, they register them, and they are out of there, right? Because sometimes people they'll treat this like it's a sales thing. And guys, we are not in a sales thing. We are in a business where if you build a team, if you build a community, if you empower people, if you equip them, if you show them the way, then they can help get there. Right? If you show them the way, then they can help get there. But if you just slam people in and run off and leave them, then they're probably not going to know what it takes to get to the finish line. So 2 parts are going to determine it. 1, are we bringing in quality? And 2, are we helping launch those people? When you think about people right now in your company, some of your top level leaders, people that are, rock stars, they're 6- and 7-figure income earners, how many people do you think they would need to sponsor? Like if they had to start all over again and rebuild their business from scratch, how many would they have to sponsor to get to the finish line? Odds are not very many. And here's why. They're already a quality person, right? They're already a 6, a 7, 8, 9, 10. They're already a person that brings value to the community. They're already somebody that has value in the marketplace. They have maybe some skill. They have maybe some expertise. They have maybe some past experience, right? So they're already one of the top level leaders, right? So what does that share with us? What does that show us? For us to attract better quality people, our goal is to strive to work our way up this ladder, right? Our goal is to become a person of value in the marketplace. How do you do that? Personal development. Personal development, my friend, is the key that makes all the difference in your world. If you work on enriching who you are, how are your people skills? How are your conflict resolution skills? How well do you lead a team? How well do you launch new people? How well do you recruit? Things like that. If you work on who you are as a person and you combine that with the other magic part, which is putting activity in the marketplace, there's no telling who you can attract to you. So one other thing is, if you're at a spot in your life where you're like, hey, I get this. This makes sense. I know I need to personally recruit. I know I need to get some numbers on the board for things to matter, right? And shoot, I'm already in the process of doing that. Would you like to know how to start attracting more people to you? We live in a day and age where we're not dealing with, the Pony Express. We're not dealing with fax machines. We have social media at our fingertips. In everybody's pocket, we have the answers for how to grow your business. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about there's two different types of prospecting. We have active prospecting where we're going out, we're connecting, we're reaching out to people. And then we have passive prospecting, or you could call it reverse prospecting, right? Where they are actually reaching out to you. So if you'd like to learn more about how to have people reaching out to you on a regular basis, how to have people that are actually asking you, hey, what are you doing? Hey, I saw you took a trip. Hey, how did you get to do that? And they're wondering and getting information from you on what you're doing so that you can share your business with them. Then what you can do is you can click on the link that's listed here in the description, and it's the social media blueprint. It will help you lay the foundation for how you can start attracting people to you in what you're doing in business. So guys, that is it for tonight. That is how, kind of explaining the breakdown of how many people you need to personally sponsor to get to the top of your company. There's a couple of factors that are going to go into play, but I hope you take this and I hope this added some value to you. If it did, definitely drop a comment below. I want to hear what your feedback is. What impacted you the most? Was it, hey, I got to sponsor 30 to 40 and I need to do it within 12 to 24 months? Was it, man, I need to start increasing the caliber of the people I'm talking to? Was it, hey, if I personally sponsor 10, 20, 30, 40 people and I launch these people properly, that could turn into an organization of thousands. Whatever it is, drop it in the comment section so I can get your feedback on what you like the most. And definitely feel free to share and pass this along if this is something that helped you. If you want your team to hear and catch the vision for what it takes to get to the finish line, tag them or feel free to pass it along. So guys, that is it for tonight. It's been so great spending some time with you all. Take care, be blessed, and I will see you all next time.
For more great training and to receive your free MP3 download on how to attract prospects using social media, the 4 essential elements to attracting prospects, visit summergeronimo.com.